Kellie, it's great to have you on the Her Sport show. This is the first episode, so it's really exciting to have you on.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me.
So tell us what it's been like for you since you returned home from Tokyo.
It's been a whirlwind. Like, there's a lot been going on in my own life personally. So it's been crazy, but it's been very enjoyable. You know, I'm enjoying every moment of it.
You've been doing lots. We've definitely seen you on the Late Late Show. There's a bit of an adventure at Ryan Tubridy in a car and also a wedding. So you've certainly been busy.
Yeah. Been busy. The Late Late has been great. It's been really great. And yeah, just enjoying it and taking it each day as it comes, really, but also keeping my feet well and firmly planted on the ground.
Absolutely. In terms of the new relationship, the new partnership with Dublin City Council, tell us a little bit about that.
So myself and Ellen Keane have partnered up with Dublin City Council, and we're basically just trying to promote like better physical and well-being, and that's throughout the whole Dublin City. You know, I've been involved with the Northeast Inner City for a number of years now, and I've always kind of done classes, like obviously not in the last number of years because I've been trying to get off to the Olympics and so on, but previously I would have done classes and with people from around my community, and throughout COVID I was doing a little bit as well with some of the older women from around. And yeah, it's just something that I'm very passionate about, is trying to get people, I'm not going to say fit, but I'm trying to get people moving, trying to get people active, because once people are active and they're moving, then they start to feel good and they start to feel better about themselves. Like, you're releasing all those good endorphins, and you know, you never do a session or a walk or anything like that and feel crap after it. You know, you normally always feel good after. So that's what I'm trying to encourage, and myself and Ellen are going to be trying to promote that a bit more across the city. Like, at the moment, like Dublin City Council have 21 sports officers across the city, you know, and they're obviously trying to promote it as well, like on their end, and clubs, if they need them, should reach out to them. And we've 2 disability and inclusion officers as well with the council. So it's really, really good, and it's progressing all the time. So I suppose just myself and Ellen being involved is we're just trying to do our bit and help as much as we can, really.
And they do say that you never really regret the workouts or those walks or anything that you do, but you regret the ones sometimes that you don't. In terms of our community, I know from both your perspective and from Ellen's perspective, like, you've had huge support from your communities, and talk to us a bit about the importance of that and representing your community.
Like, I've always, like, I love my community. I'm moving back into where I'm from. It's a massive part of who I am. It's a massive part of how I got to where I got to where I am. I've built great resilience and compassion from my community, you know, and that really shows in the person that I am today. And if I didn't have that community, I don't think I'd be sitting here where I am, you know. And they're just very encouraging, and that's with anybody who's into doing something, whether it's sport or acting or singing, and you know, they really rally behind their own, and that means a lot to me, you know. And they're real people, you know. They're not just bandwagoners who jump on the bandwagon when someone is doing well. They're there for you, like, in the highs, and they're there for you in the lows, because you know, it's when you hit the lows, it's very hard. Like, you get a lot of people there for you in the highs, but when you hit the lows, there's not so many people there, but there's always people from the community who are there.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was certainly some homecoming they gave you when you returned from Tokyo. In terms of being a role model, you know, obviously there's, you know, the next generation that is to come, but with this initiative at Dublin City Council, you're trying to get people from all ages and all backgrounds to get involved. So how important is it to you to represent and be a role model?
I never thought I'd be in this position, to be very honest with you. I never thought I'd be a role model, but now that I am, like now that I know I have got a little bit of influence over people, I embrace that and I try to be the best role model that I can be, because I know that you're in the public eye, and you got to be very, very careful with what you say and what you do, you know. You have to think before you act and react, and I'm delighted that I'm in this position. And what I love is that, like, I might encourage one little boy or girl to take up the gloves or to get into a running club or something. And by me encouraging them, they're going into their school or they're hanging out with their friends, and their friends are seeing what they're doing, and they're like, oh Jesus, I might get into that. So they're also role models then to their friends, you know. So it's a knock-on spiral effect, and that's what I love about it.
Yeah, we've certainly seen all the news, and there's been a lot of interest in boxing with all the success from yourself, from Katie Taylor, and then obviously most recently Amy Broadhurst and Lisa O'Rourke. Have you caught up with any of the athletes since their returns with such success?
I haven't like properly caught up with them, but I text them, and that like straight after their fights. That's normally what we all do. We just text each other straight away. And then when they returned home and they were in the airport, I went out to greet them at the airport, but also to greet the rest of the girls who are on the team as well, you know, because they had great performances out there. I stood way back out of the media though, because it's not my time, it's their time, and I didn't want to be jumping in and, you know, robbing the limelight, because it's their time, and they deserve to enjoy it, really, you know. But overall, as a whole team, they perform. Like the performance of all the girls out there was absolutely fantastic. They were absolutely brilliant, and some of them just like missed out on medals, like very, very, very on the narrowest of margins, like, and it was heartbreaking watching those girls, because I know what they've done, and I know how hard they do, and the commitment and sacrifices that they give. But I do also know that their time will come, and they know that too, you know. They know that too, and they'll just keep tipping away and keep knocking on that door, and eventually it will happen, you know. But for the other two girls to come away with two new world champions, it's fantastic.
Yeah, doubled the world championships for female boxing in Ireland anyway, which is unbelievable. But as you said, the other athletes that were competing, I think it was second overall for the Irish women in terms of the medal table and the results. So very, very well done to them. In terms of what's next for you, how's everything going, and when's your next big competition coming up?
Next for me, like, I'm hoping that there'll be something before October, like with multi-nations or something like that, but I really don't know at the moment. But the next big thing will be the European Championships, I think, in October. They haven't been announced, but I've heard they're October. So I'm going to be aiming for the Europeans, but I'm hoping that we will have like a small multi-nation tournament before then or something, you know, just to get me back up and get me going again, get rid of the ring rust. And to make weight again, you know, like I need to make weight again. Not saying I want to or I like
it. Enjoying not having to, I'm sure.
Exactly, yeah.
That's brilliant. Thanks so much, Kellie, for catching up with us, and best luck with the work at Dublin City Council. We'll be all watching out for it. Thanks again for taking the time.
Thanks a million. Thank you.